Take a beautiful British landscape like the Lake District with its plunging hills, its deer-filled woods, its grand traditions of hunting and stalking, and invite a couple of stars of US hunting TV, plus their British mate Jenna, who should know better, and they try to Americanise it. Oh, thanks a million.
It smells better when
really
it's deer piss.
Disgusting.
Doesn't it smell good? It smells good, right? That's how we hunt in America.
It's all right, it's scent block, not real wee, but having done the perfume, then comes the makeup. Oh, you are so... I hate you. I hate you. I hate you.
You've been Americanized.
I hate you more than...
Welcome to America.
You blend right in.
Just a minute. I think... No, I'm feeling awesome. I am feeling awesome.
Now we can go hunting.
Very good.
Don't leave me hanging.
Awesome.
Larysa, Switlyk, Lindsay, Christensen and Jenna gearing to Cumbria to go stalking with Steve Pymm of Cumbria Wild Game. Steve looks after the stalking on a truly enormous acreage in the area.
13,500 at Greystoke, about the same amount at Domain Estate, about 5,000 at Roebuck and Elfell, and same amount up in Scotland as well at Dumfries.
Now, it is not all fun. We're here to try out the new kite optics that are being promoted by Browning. Before the girls arrive, I stop off at Malmo Guns in Lancashire to pick up a rifle.
You get a lot of people that are on the way up deer stalking in Scotland, grouse shooting in Scotland. It's a fantastic location, being 1 mile from junction 33 of the M6.
Back in Cumbria, and Jenna gets to go out with Steve's stalker Peter, while Larysa, the main troublemaker, is out with Steve.
He says it's a really, really good spot for deer. However, we're a little early and the issue is the wind swirling. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut across and use that wall and work in favor of the wind. Give it some time, see if a roe deer will pop out. If not, we might head back out and sit in a high house so we don't miss that chance. It's pretty cool because I've never really hunted with dogs. He's using his dog to kind of sniff out and see if he can smell a deer. So we're just walking slowly and kind of checking the dog to see if he kind of picks up a scent. So
Dog may be good, but no deer here defeats even dog. We get a glimpse of deer from the high seat, but a glimpse is it. Eventually, jet lag gets too much for them and they gather on the village green at Greystoke to sleep it off. Not sure what Jenna's doing there, she's only come from Sussex. While they're doing that, let's talk about the kit. If you've got a good idea in hunting or shooting at the moment, you can make some money. The big companies are trying to expand out of their traditional areas. Rifle makers, ammunition manufacturers are all making optics these days, and they're snapping up products from smaller companies. Browning has hooked up with a Belgian optics manufacturer called Kite Optics. This is the 1.6 to 10 by 42 Kite scope. They also make binoculars. And that's not the only innovation. Browning has brought out a new mounting system for scopes. Its Nomad mounts allow you to swap scope and mounts even between rifles without losing zero. The Browning Nomad single mount allows you to fit and replace your scopes and red dots on the same rifle effortlessly in an instant without loss of alignment. Meanwhile, the Browning Nomad Multiple is the first removable adjustable mount system that works between rifles. It allows you to zero with the base rail as well as the crosshairs or dot in the scope. When you adjust the base rail on your second gun during zeroing, you keep the scope setting for your first gun. Now you can swap your scopes between both guns in under 5 seconds without having to readjust. Back at Greystoke, the girls have had a short sleep and they're ready for action again. Lindsay is going out with Steve.
So we actually, as we were driving to the area, we spotted a couple deer off to our left. So I don't know which way we were driving, but out to the left side of the car. And we're like, okay, and he says, that's where we're going. So we'll just get up and try and come in from the opposite way. So parked the vehicle and went through the fence, walked up the road and walked back around and got to where we could see the deer that we had seen from the road originally. And there was actually ended up being 4 deer does in that area. But we got within 50 yards of one of the does, and so that was pretty cool, and it was, good to see that 5 minutes into the hunt we were seeing animals, so that was promising. And we were walking along like a stone fence, and along some trees as well, and we got to like where the corner of the fence met, and we spotted a buck about 150 yards away, and so I actually just used the stone fence as my rest to take the shot, and so that was pretty cool.
Just wait, reload, come on. We might have backshot it because it went down really quick. Oh, it just dropped.
And Lindsay gets her first chance to gralloch a roe. So who are these girls?
So I actually have 3 jobs. I teach nursing full-time, and then I work at a hospital as a nurse as well part-time, and then I also am a nursing consultant for like a senior living center. The Extreme Huntress Contest is a worldwide hunting competition for women, and it actually started all the way back last April, and we submitted both an application and an essay, and we got a judge's score, and they put 21 of us in the semifinals, so they picked their 21 favorite out of the applications and the essays. And our application included things like all the hunts that we've been on, what weapon that we used, guided or not guided, if we were successful or not, and then any organizations for conservation that we were a part of. Myself and one other girl from the United States were the only 2 from the US, and the other 4 actually ended up being from Canada that made it into the finals. And then we went to 777 Ranch in Texas in July and competed head-to-head in both hunting and skills competitions. And so we got a judge's score as well as a skills score while we were there. And then online voting opened again until the winner was announced in January. So the whole thing was filmed into a reality web series, so you can watch it at extremehuntress.com. And we went to the Dallas Safari Club in January where they announced the winner there. And I was fortunate enough to win, so Extreme Huntress 2017.
Has there been any downside to the Extreme Huntress competition? I mean, have you had any problems at all?
Yeah, so when I actually made the semifinals, the Idaho News Channel did a story on me, and I had a bunch of like death threats and stuff like that on their like Facebook page. So there were so many of them, they actually removed the story because it was getting like a little out of hand. But after that first semifinals, that whole thing, I had a couple just rude comments here and there, but really if you educate people and if you listen to other people's opinion, whether you agree with it or not, then they kind of develop a respect for you, and then you're able to educate them on, okay, this is why I hunt and this is why we need hunting in the world. So
well, you've only been in the UK for a few hours, but do you get a sense of the difference between the way hunting is perceived in the US?
Oh yes, a huge difference. Even going through the airport in the passport line, the guy's like, so what brings you to the UK? And I'm like, oh, I'm coming for a hunting trip. And he's like, hunting? People don't like that over here. He's like,
I actually certified public accountant. I used to work in New York City. Yeah, crunching numbers. And I really love to travel. I think that's my first passion. I got into law school, and I took some time off after I got my CPA exam done and went traveling to Australia, New Zealand. It was supposed to be a 2-month trip, and I ended up staying for 6 months. I was just backpacking, and I booked myself a hunt, never shot a rifle before. Going out on that first hunt, it's born in me 100%. And everything when I took that shot, everything went into slow motion. When I came home, my family and my brothers criticized me. They were like, what is wrong with you? Why are you killing animals? There's something mentally wrong with our daughter. You need to go see a psychiatrist. And they actually kind of disowned me for a while. They didn't even talk to me. My one brother, he's like, I can't believe you kill animals. You're a horrible person. I'm like, yeah, but you eat meat. Oh, I buy my meat in the grocery store. I'm like, do you not know where that comes from? Like, it was a disconnect. And when I got shunned by my family, I didn't know where to turn, because here I found my new passion that I loved, but I was being told it was wrong. So it wasn't until I found the hunting world where people accepted me and understood, where their meat comes from and the conservation behind hunting. There's just so much more that goes into hunting than people realize. I found that world, and I was like, all right, you know what? If I can change my family's viewpoint on hunting, I can change a lot more people's viewpoint. So that's kind of the whole background of how I started really getting into it and trying to educate people on hunting, and that's the vehicle I used was creating a TV show. My TV show, Larysa Unleashed, you can find it online on Amazon Prime, YouTube, and I've aired everywhere on NBC Sports. I won an award for Best Shot of the Year for Sportsman Channel. Been on Destination America, Pursuit Channel, Hunt Channel. Right now it's on Tough TV, Action Channel, Wild TV in Canada. And in talks with Discovery Channel, I'm not sure, we'll see.
Lindsay proves that the Browning X-Bolt and Kite Optics can do the job. While Lindsay is out with that setup, Larysa's last stalk of the outing is with Peter and an estate rifle.
There's a big buck in 2 doors kicking about the field of the morning, so I haven't touched them, they're still there. Fingers crossed when we go along, we're going to run it in about 10-15 minutes. When we get out of the car, I'll give you a quick run on the rifle, alright, and then we're going to stalk along the fence. I'll cut through a little wood, but be careful because it's quite noisy in the wood.
I spotted a doe coming up from the raid.
We see does aplenty. It's strange how elusive bucks become around about the 1st of April, opening of the buck season. Apparently last week you couldn't move for bucks around here. Then one distant buck crosses a field and heads towards a small wood.
It was a younger buck, so I was like, all right, no, he might stay in the area because he knew there's some does in the area. So, you know, guys kind of get dumb when there's girls around. So I figured, you know, no, I don't think he's gonna go far. And if we can get around, you know, we might be able to cut him off. That's what I was thinking in my head, because I was like, okay, he's going that way, we're going this way, and then we're gonna maybe meet back up and maybe close the distance on him.
So
She took off, she left him behind, and he stopped, which was a bad mistake on his part, because when he stopped, he threw the sticks up, I threw the gun up, and it was quick. It was within, you know, 2 seconds I had to make that shot, because I knew I hit him, but he started running towards me, which freaked me out. I was like, wait, what is going on? So then I started questioning my shot. I'm like, did I make a good shot? Because then he's running towards me like he's not hurt, and then all of a sudden I see him drop 30 yards later and just right behind those trees. So
Smile for the camera.
it's awesome.
the girls are delighted with their first British roebuck hunt, and so is Steve.
Quite nice bucks, really. I think the girls are really pleased with what they've got. Nice one in velvet. Would have been a good clean animal. Possibly a bronze medal, I think.
It was a very successful stalking session. I got a roe deer down in velvet. I love how you guys call it deer stalking.
It's brilliant, isn't it?
You see, that just sums up your average American hunting TV star. I thought stocking was something worn on a lady's leg. For more about the X-Bolt, go to Browning.eu, and for Kite's range of scopes and binoculars, visit kiteoptics.com.